Excited to come up live. It's not even on.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for watching Table Talk with Pastor and Friends. As you can see, she's not here with us today. Some of you may remember she is dealing with some health issues, so we just ask you to keep her in prayer and to pray for us to get through this without her. I'm Monique.
April.
And I'm Mary.
And we want to do the house cleaning part and get that out of the way. So if you're watching from YouTube, don't forget to hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell so that you can be notified when we go live. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, please. If you're doing it from Facebook, make sure you share, and then press the like button. Please make sure you give StreamYard permission to post your name and comments so that we can interact with you. And for StreamYard, the web is streamyard.com/Facebook. streamyard.com/Facebook. So again, thank you guys for joining us. If you're new to how we do things, we'll pull out of the discussion box and that's our topic to discuss. If you guys notice that you can't hear us or that you can't see us very well, please make a comment so that we know, because again, This is a new setup and we're trying to make sure it goes good. You didn't open the screen up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So here we go.
Let's shake the little ball here.
So again, we don't know what we're pulling out today. We do this so that our discussion is authentic. And it stresses us out, but that's okay.
And our fearless leader is not with us. So this is all new for us.
Woo!
Oh. Okay. So our topic for this evening is family unity, responsibilities, and commitments.
Read it again.
Ooh.
Family unity, responsibility, and commitments. Anyone can start that off?
That's a lot all in one.
Can I just kind of keep this out on the table? Because that's a whole lot right there. I'm thinking that as mothers, I'm not married, but wives,
friends,
we take on a whole bunch. So, of course, family unity, I think is, for me, is probably one of the most important things, is keeping everybody close. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking in taking that on, it also becomes a weight, because although my child is grown, I'm still mama to her. So I still want everything done right and make sure that she's good. When she got a whole husband over there that's taking care of her just fine. She don't even need me like that, but I'm still trying to do it. And then responsibilities. Where does our responsibility stop?
They don't never stop.
They don't.
Yeah.
And then we find more. Right? When we take on more. We take on more.
So for me, like I said, I only have one child, and when she left the home, I literally did not know what to do. I didn't know where my responsibilities started and stopped. That was a whole getting used to that empty nest thing. Wow. For me, that was a little rough.
Yeah, no, I agree. I have 3 and I still have 1 at home. So I haven't experienced that quite yet, but I do get what you're saying. When, even though our children are grown, we still take on the responsibility of mom and want to still do as we've always done. And that's a hard one, especially like I have 2 girls that are, grown, and they don't always want me to be in their business, but I want to be in their business. And I think I have all the answers, of
Right.
course. So
I
there's
think girls are
been,
the hardest.
oh yes, and those are I would say learning experiences for both of us. You know,
Mhm.
my kids as well as myself, because
Right.
as I get older, I try to slow down and get rid of some of those responsibilities and get to the point where I don't need to do it all. You know, they can take on some of the load.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so with you saying that, do you feel like you always have to stand in the background and watch to make sure
In
You
some
know,
kind, yeah,
it's-
that it's going down, that it's going
Right,
right.
that it's
yes,
going right,
yes,
you know.
yes. Like you still, even if you're
It's
not
hard
saying
not to step in.
something,
Right.
you're still kind of there.
Listen, let me just say this
Look,
today.
you already know.
Today, her neighbor came over and knocked on the door and wanted to come
Your
into
daughter's neighbor.
my daughter's neighbor. I'm at her
Okay.
house
Okay.
and wanted to come into the backyard to get his dog that came through the fence.
Ooh.
Without thinking, I'm so protective of my child. I shut the door in his face. Not in a mean way. I mean, I said, hold on, and I shut the door and I walked back there to her because I'm thinking as I'm walking, because he's a bit different. And the last thing I want is him coming into the house.
Right.
Well, he should be
Right?
right.
Yeah.
And then I had to walk back up and I said, okay, come in. So he went to go get his dog and then he left. And I thought, I feel like I'm waiting for him to step wrong.
Mhm.
Mind you, my child is grown. She can handle her own.
But you're
And
in
so
protective mode.
Yeah, and so can a husband. But
Mhm.
something about these neighbors are
Mhm.
really different. They're like
Mhm.
that something ain't right.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
And
uncomfortable.
in my mind, well, I had to pray. Let's just say that. Mhm.
Yes.
I think you know what though. In that situation, I would have made him go through the garage
Mhm.
or
I didn't
around
want
the
him
side
to
of the
go through there
house,
either.
or around the side of the house.
But I think there's a lock on the gate, ma'am.
Oh,
Mhm.
I don't think I would have brought him through the house.
I had to think about it. But I'm just saying
Yeah.
that to say that.
It's an example of how protective you
Yes.
still
Right,
are, even
right.
though she's grown.
And she's all I got. So
Yeah.
I am
Mhm.
extremely protective.
Yeah.
And here's a reality. She can probably do somebody worse than I can. I'm old now.
Right.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
But
her
my
in action.
attitude ain't.
Right.
I've
So-
seen her in that mode, and I think with all of our children,
Yeah.
when we allow them that little bit of space, it's
Mhm.
hard, and I'm guilty of that. It's hard, you know.
Yeah.
But when we allow them that little space, we know our children can handle their own.
Mhm.
We know they can stand on their own. Because see, I have a daughter that's 10 times worse than me. So I know she can hold her own, but it takes a
Jeez.
lot to push her.
Yeah.
You know? And so I don't know. I guess it's just the different personalities, you
Mhm.
know, and
It's just me
But I
being
think
protective. Just, yeah.
yes, and did you notice that? So it says family unity, responsibilities, and commitments.
Mhm.
And the first thing that we all three went to was our kids
Yes.
and the protective,
Yeah.
right?
Protective mode. Mhm.
For protective mode, where family unity is very, I would say, important to all of us.
It's the village to me.
It's the
Right,
village,
right,
right?
yeah.
And it includes your immediate family as well as extended.
That's right.
Yes,
Family is
extended
not
family.
always blood, like they say.
Exactly.
You know? So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and sometimes that's
That's a good thing.
be right.
You seen some of my Nah.
But that's so true, though. Even growing up, as children, we were able to play in the street. We were
Yeah.
free. I
Not
miss
now.
those days of our children growing up, not being able to have the freedom we had, and then
Mhm.
everyone in the community or in the neighborhood or even on the street watching out for your child.
Street lights came on and you was
Yes.
in the house.
But then you not only had just your parents or parent, you still had all the other parents
Yes.
watching out for you.
Yes.
So that's part of that family unity to
Mhm.
me. Sometimes it's not your blood family.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's that community.
But that's the family
Yeah.
unity and the
That's-
responsibility.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
You're right.
Because if
It
you
is.
are part of a village and we take responsibility for the whole village,
Mhm.
you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now the commitment.
So it's interesting that commitment is on here because I have found that over the last couple of years, I don't want to say no to people. So when they will ask, can you do this or that, or, getting together or whatever the case may be, I'll just say yes. Right. And then you're running thin, you're running thin, and then you get tired because you want to keep all your commitments, but at what cost? Right. And the reality is that I can't do it. I can't be everywhere. So I have learned, or I should say still learning, that I think twice now before I just say yes. Of course there's things that I absolutely would never say no to, and you're going to get a yes out of me right away. But then there, other things that I think about it first, because what I don't want to do is have to cancel or reschedule, which sometimes that happens for, things just come up.
Right.
But what I want to do is get better at keeping all of my commitments, but also understanding that I can't do everything either.
In other words, setting a limit for yourself.
Setting a limit, yes.
And that's where we fall short, is we're so used to saying yes. Okay, well, you know what? I'll be there. But I know that I have learned to say, you know what? I just can't.
Yeah.
I
I'm
can't.
just too tired.
Yes. I just can't.
The
right
curse
now,
of our
but
generation, because we are used to being mama, the superwoman that does everything. Even giving an example with Pastor Lynne being under the weather and such, she can't take on what she normally takes on. And between me, her family, her friends, whatever, trying to tell her it's okay to be selfish right now.
Absolutely.
You need and deserve that time.
Absolutely.
But still, that
it's probably hard for some people.
It's part of their personality, their makeup, their DNA, or whatever, and so they want to continue to reach out and help everybody. But this isn't that time. This isn't that season.
Right.
And we
need to be aware of that, right?
Right.
I think that we all have to be aware of somebody else's, what's going on with them or their situation before putting them in a situation, right, where they feel obligated, or to where they would have to say no, but they really don't want to say no. Then you're making them feel guilty.
But you know what that is?
Yeah.
That's taking the time. And, a lot of times we say, hey, how are you? And you're gone walking before they really have time to answer.
Yes.
That's taking the time to stop and really hear what they have to say. Because that's important, especially nowadays, because you never know when someone's on that last leg and can be pushed over that cliff so fast. We got to take that time
to pay attention.
Yes.
Right. And not just it's body language, it's words, it's even a text message.
Yes.
Right? You can get a lot from a text message.
Oh, yeah.
I think that it's hard. It's a little hard for me turning 50 and
wow, 50.
Yeah, stop it. Stop it. It's still it's like wow, it's like it's gone so fast. And it's not necessarily my age, it's that it's gone so fast.
Right.
But what I do love and appreciate is how mature and how you just change and how you see life differently.
Oh,
and things differently, and family and responsibilities and commitments differently.
Yeah, they take a shift.
Yeah.
They take a shift. Yes.
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does.
It's easier. I
So,
think it becomes easier. Go ahead, Sarah.
I just want to say, if you're out there watching us, please make some comments, join in on the conversation. We would love to hear from you.
Ask a question.
Yes, ask a question. Yes. We'll tell you how old Mary really is. Just ask.
I put mine out there.
They just put me under the bus. But that's okay.
Commitments. Wow. I think sometimes we take on more than what we should. And it isn't even, and I'm used to kids because that's the easiest thing for me, that they're expecting it. It's just that they already know we're going to do it.
Yes.
And sometimes they are expecting it.
Sometimes they
Y'all
are.
didn't hear that.
Yeah.
but
no, I do think
we do it.
Yeah, the kids, they know when they ask for something, they know that they're going to get a yes, or they know that you're going to rearrange your schedule. I've done that way too many times. Where I've canceled things, I've rearranged my schedule because one of my kids asked me for something,
Taking time
and I
off,
didn't
yeah.
even think about it either. I just said,
Just do it.
I just said, okay.
We
You
just
know, like,
automatically
why?
kick in to make
Right.
sure that they're not suffering, that no hardship is on them. We just do.
Yeah,
I'm bad at that. My
Yeah.
son-in-law tells me, Mom, just say no.
yeah.
But I'm like,
Mhm.
hell, I ain't did it in all these years. Why start now?
Now,
That's
yeah.
just reality, you know? But yeah.
Well, and that makes it hard for them too, I think.
Yeah.
Right? If you've never said no to your children, and then all of a sudden you say no. Well,
No.
I wish you
I-
would
I-
throw a
I-
fit. I wish you would.
I think you guys have gotten a little used to me saying no more now than ever.
Yeah.
I think
Not all the time.
I think our husband would say no, and I'd just be like, okay, whatever, you know.
Yeah,
But I'm used to saying yes, and I probably will go to my grave doing it. That's just reality.
that's probably more of a mom's role, probably. You know,
Well,
to say yes.
That title has been placed on us, that label has been placed on us because women do take on so much.
Mhm.
So yes, we do take on the family unity, the responsibilities, all the commitments and everything. We're running here, we're running there. We're like you were talking about how full your calendar always was. And I'm thinking,
Oh
good
yeah,
Lord.
you
You
asked
know?
her for something, she'd say, "Let me check my calendar."
Yes.
all the time.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you got a
Exactly.
And I'm
calendar.
thinking, no, I'm
I
just
actually
gonna write
never
it down.
had a
My brain don't
calendar.
work like that.
Right. I never had it all in my calendar like
Right.
this one.
I have to check my calendar. I check my calendar in the morning and I check it in the evening.
I just
But
write
that's
stuff down.
isn't that you forget?
Anybody ask you all that?
Because I don't forget.
Yeah, but sometimes, especially because I don't know if you guys know, I just retired, and so I can't keep
Congratulations.
my days straight. Thank you, but I can't keep what day it is.
She's starting to
straight.
forget what day it is now.
Yeah.
Right.
No reason to keep up with them other than
Right.
looking at my calendar to see what I got that day. Right?
How nice. So what is that like?
I don't know
So-
yet because my calendar is still real busy.
Okay.
Not with bad things or anything like that, you
Yeah.
know, but
You've just been busy most
no,
every
let me take
day.
that back. It is good because I can focus on what is important and personal to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I don't have to worry about getting anywhere on time other than a doctor's appointment or whatever, you know. So it is
You're
it is
making
good.
your own schedule.
Your own
Right,
You're
schedule.
on
and
your own
The
schedule.
bad part of it is sitting there with no agenda. That I'm not used to.
Mm,
That takes some getting used to.
I'm just changing my commitments. That's what I'm
Mhm.
doing. Yeah,
Rearranging
Yeah.
your calendar.
that's right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
'cause it's been what, a month?
A month, yes. Yes.
And that month has gone by really fast, hasn't
Yes,
it?
it has. I have to actually schedule in some time to just sit. And then when I do, I get stir crazy.
So,
And then she gets bored.
really? So is that, do you put that as a commitment? You just said scheduling time to
Yes.
sit. Do you make that as a
Yes,
commitment?
because
Yeah.
what is wrong with us making commitments to ourselves?
Yeah,
We haven't
that's
done
good.
that. We have not done that. We've made sure everybody from our kids,
Mhm.
spouses, boyfriends, whatever,
Mhm.
we're taking care of grandkids, all of that. But we didn't schedule any time for ourselves. So there's nothing
so
wrong
right.
with that.
Yeah.
You're so right.
That's a good one. I like that. Scheduling like your
Right.
own
Yes.
time.
Right. And I think the only time we do tend to schedule time for ourselves
Mhm.
when we're sitting in the nail shop or something. That's
Yeah.
that's
but that's
really
that's
but
that's
see, that-
multitasking.
Exactly.
That's not
That's-
scheduling time.
and
That's
you're
not-
right. You're well kind of right, but to me that's
But that's
My time.
you like that.
Yeah.
Time. Yeah.
but see that's my time. It's once a month.
Yeah.
But as far as just actually saying, you know what? No, I'm taking this day for myself.
And a whole day.
In a whole
Whole
day.
day.
If I have
But
something
it
to
never
do.
happens like that.
Yeah.
It never. Something always comes up to where I'm
Yeah.
doing something.
But what
Or-
you guys recently did a day together, right?
Yes.
Wasn't
Yeah.
yeah, you guys got
Now,
away.
that was fun.
That was
Yeah.
so
Even
relaxed.
though
That
we ran in the
was-
rain, that was fun.
That's right. You
Yes.
got
Yes.
caught in the storm.
Yes.
The bad yeah.
But I think we feel guilty when we schedule
Mhm.
time for ourselves, and we shouldn't.
Look, I
That's
didn't
not
feel guilty.
selfish.
I didn't feel guilty. I really didn't because I think it was much needed.
Guilty.
However, just real quick,
Uh-huh.
hi, Sister Lynne. Okay, so Pastor Lynne, she says, how do you start the process of scheduling time to be committed to yourself?
Pick up your calendar And right on some
Cause
days, you block out some time for it. And it may not start with a whole day. It might start with, half a day or an hour or two. But you have got to start taking out time for yourself. The way the world is right now, it is so important that you take out time for yourself. Not ignoring other people necessarily, but not ignoring yourself either.
Right.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, no, it's a good one.
Yeah.
And you're I think that's key with the way that Pastor Lynn's asking, right? Like, what steps do you take? Let's not just think about
I
it.
didn't think about it.
But you're right. It's like, get the calendar out, put it on there, because then you see it.
But
you see that you put it on your calendar.
Let me tell you what
now
the problem is.
Calendar.
Right, but this is what the problem is, that you're still scheduling around stuff.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And see, me, I think, reading her question, the first thing that comes to my mind is sitting back and just really thinking about, Mary, what do you need to do for yourself?
What will make you happy?
Exactly.
That's good.
What would make you feel good? Whether it's just taking a drive or going to a spa or just, just anything. What time will you take for yourself, and what will make you happy? How can you relax?
Yeah.
Getaway trips. Oh, sorry.
That too.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what I like. I think I like, just short getaway trips. But there's, the only thing that you think about is where you're going to go and when you're going to come back, but not what you're going to do while you're there. There's not an itinerary where you get there. Right. You're just getting away.
Right.
So many times I've done it, and friends and family have done this, where they go on vacation and they come back and they're so tired.
Because they scheduled every minute. Every minute is taken up. No, that's not vacation.
Yeah,
and see that reminds me of something. So I just went on my first cruise. As you guys know, I went on my first cruise. So it was asked before we left, while we were scheduling, do you want to do onshore excursions or anything like that? And I had to stop. At first I almost said yes. But then I said, you know what? I don't want to be on anybody's schedule.
Right.
I don't want to have to be looking at my watch when we hit the island and then say, okay, we got to get here because this group is meeting here, or we got to go there. I didn't want to do that. So it was just let me sit on my deck, let me take a walk or something.
See, I probably a little bit of both.
Yeah,
well,
but it's what,
but the thing
it's
is,
what you want to do.
Exactly.
That's what it boils down
Exactly.
to. It's
so I thought about that as we were walking, on the island, through Cabo. As we're walking, I said, you know what? I think I would have liked to do that, but I said no, because then you got to worry about, okay, are they going to be back on time?
I'll be scared someone
Okay,
will leave me.
You want to take them the motorbike ride or something like that. And I said, no, even though the ship can't leave without you, if you schedule it through the ship, they cannot leave without you.
Oh, good
but
to know.
I just didn't want to be on the schedule.
Right.
I didn't, for my very first time on a cruise ship, and I was already kind of
Nervous.
Right.
I'm wondering, okay, I'm in way out in the
will you
middle of the
go
ocean.
again? On a cruise, will you go again?
Honestly, I think I would.
Yeah.
I
That's
did.
good that you liked it.
I brought it up to Shelley and I said, I even asked about it, let's say if I was thinking about going next year,
Yeah.
For my birthday, or just going when the
We
weather
can do
is
a girls'
nice,
trip.
and just do,
Yeah.
some type of getaway. I wouldn't do more than 7 days.
Oh, no, I ain't doing
No,
seven.
not on a big
No,
old boat.
I wouldn't do
No.
more than 5 or 7 days. And that's the limit.
So we have a comment from Pastor Lynne. This is so funny because I usually can't see these. I can see them today. She says, I think it's important to begin this process of committing to yourself so that we can enjoy a healthier life. That's good.
Amen.
Committing to
Yes.
yourself.
Yes.
We make commitments for everybody else, but we sure don't do them for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And how about
Right.
we make our kids do some committing
To us.
Well, let me just say mine do.
Children
Yeah.
are watching.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's our time to be still. And
Right.
they do all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we got to be willing to hand the reins over. You know what I'm saying?
Give it up.
Yeah.
In other words, just let them take over.
My mom accepts it really well. My mom.
They probably say I do
she'll go sit on the back porch.
Oh, my mom will sit back on the bed. She let, like right now we're having every Sunday I go there and I hang out with my mom and I cook her dinner.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
she just sits on the back porch and she's down to the
That
point
is
where
nice.
April, can you do this? And April, can you do
That's
that?
good.
And I'm
Yes.
like, okay, Mom,
Yes,
sure.
yes, yeah.
Sure. But she deserves it.
Right,
She's done
right.
all of those years of doing for me, my brother, and our
I
kids.
hope that's what our kids are
they're-
saying.
Yeah.
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
I think mine are just not old enough yet.
I know mine are saying it.
Yeah, I got
I know
18
they are,
and
yeah.
21, but they're still in college.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
So their focus is there, but I hope the same. Because we're good
Yeah.
moms. We did right by our
Mhm.
kids.
How do you commit to yourself though?
And see, that's a hard one for me. I
Okay.
don't
It's
know.
hard because I always
Pastor,
Yeah,
you're
Pastor
watching?
Lynne, how do we?
Yes,
How do you
how
commit
do
to
we
yourself?
commit to ourselves?
Let's have a conversation.
Yes.
And anyone else out there watching,
Yes.
please
How do you
chime
commit
in,
to yourself?
Yeah.
comments.
And follow through.
Right.
I mean, you can think about it and want it, but you got to actually follow through.
And in case you guys haven't noticed, all of my friends are take charge, gotta be in control.
Oh no. No, that is
So
not.
this is a really hard discussion.
You said,
Okay.
but take control.
Oh my God.
Well, I wouldn't say take control. We just gotta always, hey,
Okay, you
we
know what?
we
You know
just
what?
have to always
you know what?
step in. It's hard for us to say, okay, you just go, just do it. You got it 100%. It's hard for us to just
Don't
step
stop.
back.
She's got it right though. I'm
We
telling you
are
right
all
now.
of us. And I'm
No.
saying me
But
too.
the reason why you got it right is because she's just gonna sit back and not say much. But you know what she gets out of it? We do the planning.
Oh no.
We do the scheduling.
Oh,
We
wait,
do
hold
the
on,
driving.
hold on.
Wait.
And she just
see,
comes.
I have to jump to her defense on that.
I
one.
do the
That was-
planning.
See,
that
that's what I'm saying.
Well,
I
not
have
when we've gone somewhere.
Oh, because you're
See,
doing
she's
it.
always
You
shooting.
take control. That's a control freak
Okay.
right here.
No.
So we have senior control, junior control, and I'm just kind of here.
Oh my
just kinda, okay,
gosh.
whatever you guys decide, that's I'm okay.
Whatever she's for real. Whatever we decide.
Okay, for real though. So in asking,
Ooh.
I'm not over here.
Oh,
So Pastor Lynn said, I think you have to be intentional about prioritizing. And I agree.
Yeah.
And that's hard for us to do because we're so used to taking care of everybody
Yeah.
else that we're always kind of last on the totem pole. And then we get older, now you got to put yourself first. And that's a hard turnaround. It takes some time.
Mm-hmm.
But baby, I'm practicing.
Yeah, and she's right though. It's intentional, right? It's got to be intentional.
Right.
Mhm.
She made another comment, but I'm not sure what she means.
I'm not sure what to think. How she was.
She said the one with the most control issues. I'm sure she's referring to April, but I don't think that's very nice to say. She's
Look,
I'm like,
She's-
you get the brother.
She's right here with us, isn't she? She is right here with
Oh,
us.
Jesus. But our fearless leader of the group, she is
yes.
the one with the
Oh,
most
yes.
control
She is.
issues. But that's all right. That's all right. We run tough.
Yes, we do.
So, what else did we talk about on here? Let's see. Let's talk more about the family unity. What does that look like when your kids get that age where they don't want that to be around the family? They want to go do their own thing. How do you keep that unity?
That is hard because you really don't have control. You don't have
Exactly.
control over that. All you can do is, I think what's going to happen is what you have instilled in your kids, and hope and pray that whoever they choose as their significant other, their spouse, is accepting to our way of doing things, or being a part of our family, or being as close
Open.
and open
Yeah.
and open. And that's hard. That's a hard one.
If you don't come from that kind of a background.
Mhm.
And I know that because, family members.
Yeah.
And I heard the younger ones talking about how one of my niece's boyfriend or whatever, how their family does family things,
Mhm.
and how that's a struggle kind of
Mhm.
because it's not what they do.
Right.
And I think you have to have an open mind
Mhm.
in order
You
to be fair,
Well, and
But at that point, they're not open. They're just like,
But it's also being fair too, right?
But at
You've
that
got-
age, are they?
that's hard.
Was I?
It takes maturity,
Yeah.
though,
That's
because they're
true.
still young.
Yeah.
So part of being able to say, okay, I'm open to it, it's also maturing.
Okay,
That's
but
part of being mature and willing to say, okay, this is not what I'm used to.
Mhm.
But
how do you do that? If your son or daughter's boyfriend, spouse, or whatever is not into the family thing like you are,
The family unity.
right?
Yeah.
How do you bridge that gap? Especially, let me go back. Let's go back to when they're teenagers because they're not interested in that. They have
Mhm.
gotten friends now and they want to get out. And to me, I'm thinking the only thing you can do is hope and pray that you have instilled into them that once they land, they kind of come back towards it.
Right.
If that makes sense.
and then the thing is, every child is different.
Yeah.
Because see, I had one that just kind of wanted to, you know what? I just want to be by myself and do this, be with friends and stuff. Then I had another one that
Mhm.
kind of stuck right up under me. So
Right.
We can't just they're not going to have the same personalities. They're not going to have the
Right.
same openness, and I don't know. I mean, what else can you do but
You want
just
to let them go.
Yeah, you just
I don't think you have
talk
a
about it.
choice.
Say, hey, yeah.
So you might as well you might as well get on the right page with
So
them.
I think all you can really do is, whoever's your family unity,
Mhm.
love them, support them, let them know that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And just hope and pray for the best, because that is where I don't think that you don't get to control it. Like I've had to realize that I no longer control my entire household, right?
Mhm.
Because I've got my oldest that is married and gone. I've got my youngest that's away in school. Now my middle child, she's never going to leave. And it goes back to what you're talking. Some of it is
Mhm.
personality.
Mhm.
She's never gonna. Yeah, she's gonna stay right up under me.
Yeah.
Pastor is saying that I think family unity is also intentional. And I agree. I think it's got to be intentional on our part, but I'm saying, like with the kids, they've got their own mindset. Your children, Pastor Lynne, are just as headstrong as you, and they're going to do what they want to do. But
Right.
somehow you're still instilled some family values in them,
And I think that you can watch that in how they live their lives, even if they're not with you all the time.
Right.
You can still see those values in how your children, do things.
And sometimes they might go
and come back.
Exactly. They'll
But
go
what if they take
a
it?
different direction, but then all of them might not come back, but at least they'll see, you know what, this is what I was taught. This is, I remember this. So Pastor Lynn says, I think that's what makes the dynamics of the family unity so powerful, because we are all different, but we stand together.
Right.
That's good.
That's it. That's good.
Yeah.
Because I'm
At the
thinking,
end of
if we have taught
Yes.
them right and
All
they
come
depart,
Mhm.
I hope that they're taking what we taught and put it into their spouse's family.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Their
As
family,
well as
their
come back,
children, their
you know.
spouses. you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Ooh, that was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so true.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. Wow. What about the siblings though?
What do you mean?
So it's different because you've raised your kids, so they kind of have your
Oh, I
values,
thought you were talking
right?
about our siblings.
But when I'm talking about your own, but your
Our own
siblings
siblings.
who
Oh.
we were raised together,
Oh.
yes, but now we have separated and we've gone out and we've done our own thing. How do you bring that back?
That
It's
one is
hard.
really hard because they marry and they have their own immediate family.
Yes.
But I will. I have a recent experience. My brother, who was he's recently divorced and was married for 30 years, and she decided that she didn't want this anymore, and so they divorced. Well, I've always I love her and I respect her, but she was very different than how we were raised, and she kind of took my brother and there. I mean, holidays we saw him, but that was about it, right?
Yeah.
Everything was her side of the family. Well, now that this is all said and done, I actually feel like I got my brother back. Like he's my brother again.
Ooh,
and
wow.
We talk all the time.
Yeah.
We're making plans to do things. I've
That's
seen
good.
my nephews more in the last 6 months than I have in the last 10 years.
Wow.
And that's like an example of how that can impact your family unity. I had no control over that.
I think that is God taking something and making it to Him getting the glory right there, because that's good.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
He turned that around.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he has, because we have had a lot of one-on-one conversations, and he has said that his biggest regret was not being more involved in the family.
At least he has time now.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And then he can instill that into his children who were brought up to be this way. Now he's saying, no, let's come on back this way a little bit because this has some value in it.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
Right. There's still time.
Yes. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that's good.
So my situation is, as far as siblings, it's more of, I know how we were raised, but there was such division among the three of us. You know, there was just so much going on, and I know that's not how we were raised, but that's how it happened.
Yeah.
And you know, you deal with the meanness, the headstrong, some evilness, you know, and you deal with so much. And yes, you crave in your heart, you know, that, gosh, I wish I had that close sibling. You know, I kind of do with one, but you know, to just when I see, yes, I have two, but when I sit and I watch others who are just so close and they go out together and they, you know, they do stuff together, and I'm thinking,
you wish you had that.
I never had that.
Yeah.
You know, my neighbors, you know, were like my siblings growing up. You know, they were more of my siblings. But, and, you know, and it hurts. You know, that's a very hurtful thing, you know. And so, I mean, I thank God they're still alive, you know, but I feel that in order, I guess I'm at the point in my life, in order for me to have some peace in my heart and my spirit, is that, you know, that saying sometimes you have to love from a distance. You know, I'm okay with that now. You know, if I'm okay with one, if I have that relationship with one, okay, I'm not going to be greedy, and you know, I'm not going to be crawling on my knees to the other one either. But you know, at least I have that. At least God blessed me with that. You know, with to be able to have that communication. You know,
I think that's hard for the parents too, right? I think it's hard for parents when you raise your children all the same and one kind of goes off.
Oh yeah.
And is kind of lost out there and doesn't want to be close, and there's nothing that you can do. And I've seen it a lot. I've seen it. My two aunts, you know, one of them is estranged. Right. And it's kind of always been like that. And it's her choice. Right. It's not the other two, it's her choice. And it's not
So there were three of us, right?
Mhm.
And so I'd say me and my oldest brother, we went our own way, but we more did like this,
Mhm.
whereas the middle child did this, you know. But before he passed, here he was coming back,
Mhm.
you
Right,
know.
right.
So there is the good in that.
Mhm. And a lot of times I think they do come back.
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe this is where it comes in where family is not always blood related, you know.
Right.
What we
Mhm.
can't get from our actual family, we get from those who are closest to us as our friends and
Exactly.
who
Yeah, that's
become
true.
our family, you
That's
know.
true.
So I don't know. That's tough. Kind of put my mood a little.
Well, it makes you think.
Well,
yeah.
You know, it does make you, think, and we probably all have experiences, right?
Yeah.
And examples of like siblings that have gone in different directions
Mhm.
and parents being hurt over it. But I think it also goes back to Pastor Lynn said it is being intentional,
Right.
Yeah.
and it's probably, making an effort
Mhm.
to keep that family unit together.
Wow. You know, that made me just think of the parents divorcing.
Yeah.
Still, much respect to those that have kept the family unity,
Mhm.
even though they
Mhm.
divorced.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Right,
that's not easy.
No.
You know. Wow.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's another, dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
And they use, I know with my family, our gosh. So my dad's, we call his twin sister. And then I look at my grandmother. They always, we honored them,
Mhm.
and it's like every family get together, every holiday, every
Yeah.
Christmas, whatever.
Yeah.
It was always, oh, they're here. Oh, wait, no, they're coming. They're on their way
Yeah.
or something,
Yeah.
always holding that together,
That's the
and
family unit right
that's,
there.
yes. I mean,
And then they go. They pass.
yes, and then they pass, and then all of a sudden, okay, it's trying to trickle down a little bit. And then when my grandmother passed, it just,
I see such a change in the generations. When I was younger, every Sunday after church, we didn't go home after church. We went to somebody's house and we had lunch,
Oh, yeah.
or we went
Mhm.
out,
Sunday
or
family
a
dinner.
family
Yes.
dinner, and it was an all day thing, and all the
Yes.
cousins were together.
But that's what kept you close.
And that's what, right.
Right.
Extended family, we were all together. And I've just seen such division over the last,
It's happening a lot in a lot of
yes,
families.
and yes, the last
In
couple
so many
generations.
families,
And
yes.
it's sad. It's actually,
Pastor's
sad.
agreeing with you.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
very sad.
It's happening a lot.
But she says, this is from Pastor Lynn. She says, I believe that when we are unified in love, no matter what we may face, eventually we come back to the place of unity.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. And,
Yeah,
and
that's
I
so
definitely
true.
believe that in my family, that is what happened. Because I never would have thought first that my brother would be so far off.
Yeah.
I never thought he would even be able to come back.
But he did.
He did.
Mhm.
He did.
So I agree with you, Pastor Lynn. That one almost had me in tears. But
Kind of brings you back to
yeah.
that. In God's time, not in our time,
Right.
but in God's time.
Yeah.
And that's where
So
we
that's what
have
I
to
think
have
about.
patience.
And we have to have that patience and that faith that, okay, eventually, because we can't push it. We can't
Right.
do it.
But we gotta want it too. I think
Yeah,
we gotta want
we have
it.
to want
we gotta
it, but-
support it
Right.
and be.
That's the intentional, right?
That's
Yeah.
right. That's
Right.
the intentional part of it.
But we can't force it.
Yeah.
Right.
We have to be patient.
Right.
Mm.
And I think talking about it, teaching our kids, making it important,
Mhm.
right? It's showing, to keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
It's showing our kids how important family
Yeah.
unity is.
Mhm.
We meet a lot of different people in our lifetime, right? But how
absolutely,
many
yeah.
people actually stay
Day.
Mhm.
and
Some
stay?
there a lot of times they're only
and-
there for a season.
right,
Yeah.
Right.
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 But you tend to go right back to the core, right? That core family
Mhm.
unity which, like we said, doesn't necessarily need to be blood.
That's right.
You know, I
That's
mean,
right.
it's just those loving relationships and supportive that you have established over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Again, commitment.
Commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you have to do
That's
your
true.
part,
Mhm.
you know,
Absolutely.
in any relationship.
And yeah, I was just gonna say that, and it's got to be both.
That's
you know,
right.
it
Can't be just be a taker. That's
yes.
it.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's give and take.
Yes.
Right.
Have you ever had just a taker, and then you had to
Yes.
kind of let them go?
Not very long.
Yeah. There you go. So there you go.
That's why I
Because you
said
have to kind of
yes,
recognize that, and there are some people that are just like that, and that's where I think you love them from a distance.
but- Mhm.
You can
Yes.
still love them, but you
Yes.
just love them from a distance.
And one of the things, I just had a bad habit of just really pouring my all into something,
Mm-hmm.
and
Then you get hurt.
right, and then
Yeah.
you get hurt, and then you're thinking, "Dumb Mary, you did it again."
Mhm.
You know, it's just
How many times have we found ourselves in that
yes,
place again?
You know, we
Right.
just give
Yeah.
our all, and then next thing you know, it's just getting stumped all over. You know, or either they expect it all the time,
Yeah.
and then you get to where, okay, you know what, enough is enough. Then next thing you know, somebody's mad. Okay, fine, you know, but giving your all, I don't mind if it's appreciated.
I just saw
Yeah.
something, and I can't remember the exact quote, but it was saying that if the people that are mad at you for if there are people mad at you for setting your boundaries,
Yeah.
they were the ones that were crossing them.
That's
Ooh,
good.
That's a good one.
That's a
I probably
good
didn't
one.
quote it exactly correctly, but
But
I
that was
saw that,
good.
and yeah.
That's
No,
good.
that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Or the ones that
That's
really
really
get upset. Yeah. They're
So-
crossing them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those out there watching, do you have any questions? Feel free to just send some comments through. We need to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
Have some sympathy for us, guys. This is
Yes,
our
it's
first
our
time doing this
first
by
time.
We're
ourselves.
kind of winging it here.
We're definitely winging it. We
We're-
missed you, Pastor.
Yes.
Lynne.
Yes,
We're missing our powerhouse.
that's it. She always brings a different perspective.
Oh yeah.
You know. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You got it?
You want to read it? 'Cause-
Now that I'm on my journey of breast cancer, I realize that making sure that I'm committed to making sure. Wait, I realize that. Read that, please, because I'm just blowing it.
Pastor Lynne says, now that I'm on my journey of breast cancer, I realize that making sure that I'm committed to making sure that we stay unified.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay. And she says she misses you guys too. She misses you so much. This has been a lot.
Mhm.
I because I believe in the word. I don't think that God wastes any opportunity.
Mhm. That's
And so, although it is Pastor going through this, and I wouldn't pretend to know half of what she's going through,
yeah.
just being this close to her is really hard. So I can't even imagine what that's like. And to me, this is where that family unity comes in.
Mhm.
And some of you may have reached out to her and have not heard back. Please don't get in your feelings about it. But we are insistent that she take this time out for herself.
Mhm. She has to.
She has to.
That's a must.
So we thank you for your
It's-
prayers, and we ask that you can, continue to pray for her healing, for her peace, for her comfort. But if you don't hear
Yeah.
back from her, please don't be offended.
She knows that she is well loved. She knows that you guys love her,
Yes.
and just please keep her in prayer,
Yeah.
please.
And her family, because
And
this
her
isn't
family,
easy.
yes.
This has rocked the boat in every way possible.
Yeah. We are getting close to the 8:00 hour. So I do want to just say that if there's anybody out there that would like for us to recognize you on this platform, you have a business or, something that you want us to do, please inbox us. Also, if you have any prayers, we
Prayer
do
requests.
prayer requests. We you want to know about those, we want to pray for you, you can send those to cupofprayer@gmail.com. Again, cupofprayer@gmail.com.
We're almost out of time, so I just want to make sure if there's
we catch
any,
everything.
any parting words, ladies. Sorry guys, this kind of took us down a little bit right here.
Pray for us.
I wouldn't say it took us down. It's so close to our hearts that I don't know.
We're all hurting behind this
Yes.
and struggling
And,
to be
so,
there. Yeah.
She's our sister. She's our friend, and
she's our rock.
Yes,
Yeah.
she
She's
is
rock.
our superhero. So,
and once we get through this, she's gonna have a double cape.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Big old S.
Big old S on the back.
Okay.
Gold.
Okay.
It's in gold.
Yeah.
Shoot, she's handling. Let me just tell you,
Yeah.
she's handling this like a rock star. I'm amazed. I don't know that I would be that strong-willed, but she's open about how she's feeling,
Yeah.
whether it be anger or whatever.
That's good.
But
And she needs that. Yes.
yeah, but overall, I'm just amazed how well she's handling it.
Mm-hmm.
So you my rock star.
I'm not surprised.
It shows her strength in her faith.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
I'm not
It shows
surprised.
her strength in her faith. So
Yeah.
I'm going to end on that note, and then also truly focus on our topic: family unity, responsibility, and commitment.
I think there's a lot to take.
There's a lot.
There's a
take from
lot,
it.
and I think I think
We just scratched the surface.
exactly.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
and I think it's something we all should think about probably daily. You know, what are our commitments? What are our responsibilities? Why do we do the things that we do, and who
Right.
we're doing them for?
Mhm.
And getting back to family unity and building it even more and stronger.
And
I would say rebuilding
Absolutely.
it.
Rebuilding
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
because we've lost a lot. I want to make sure I get this last comment in. Pastor Lynne says, I have a wonderful support system. And she is correct.
Yes,
she
you
does.
do.
Mhm.
She really does. So for me, take away anything, take that time out for yourself intentionally. It's
Mhm.
yours, you're entitled. That doesn't mean go be selfish, but in a sense it kind of does.
Right.
But
Just think about yourself.
yeah,
It's
just,
okay
you know,
to think about yourself.
right. It's okay because we've not done so for far too long. So let's take a little time out for yourself. Because what good are you if you're not 100%? How are you really helping? What are you pouring out into
That's
other
right.
people if you're not really healed yourself?
Mhm.
That's right.
You know, so it's important to take that time out for yourself to rest, to heal, whatever. So that's my 2 cents.
Yes,
April?
I agree. I just kind of already said it, that just, I think all of us just continue to focus on family unity and responsibility and commitment, and rebuild it.
Yeah.
And support one another. I think we need to do a better job in supporting one another.
Absolutely.
In general, across the board, that
Mhm.
is something that
Yes.
we fail on.
Mhm.
Yes.
When I started seeing commercials that are advertising kindness, to be kind, I thought,
Mhm.
wow, we are really there. We are really there where we have to have a whole marketing campaign on how to be kind. Yeah, so we need to think about that.
That's one of my
That
favorite
shows that
commercials.
It is,
Right.
yes.
And it shows that we are not the only ones that see it.
Exactly.
The world sees
The
it.
world sees it, and it's time. It's
Yes,
time to change.
it's time. It's time.
Definitely.
Everybody has a part to play in that.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, we're going to end with Pastor Lynne. She just makes sure that you know that we do have the prayer line. So anyone who's asking for prayer, needs prayer, you can email at cupofprayer coupleprayer@gmail.com. That's coupleprayer@gmail.com.
Thank you
Yeah.
for joining us. Again, this was our first
The
without
first
the big
time,
boss.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoyed it. We enjoyed you guys.
Yes.
Look
Email
forward-
questions.
Yes, we look
Or
forward
inbox,
to
I
what's going to
guess.
be said.
Yes.
Send some more
Yes.
ideas, topics.
Oh,
Ideas,
yes.
topics. And are we doing
Please.
this in? We're back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2
Okay,
weeks.
you're looking at the calendar.
I am.
Yeah. 'Cause
Today's-
I don't got nothing on my
Oh,
calendar.
Yes. It will be Mary's birthday, so she may not be here. Yes.
Well.
Well, we still didn't get to how old she was, but anyway.
I said,
So
I still
we'll be
might
back
be,
in
you
2
never
weeks.
know.
Okay.
You never
We ask
know.
that you guys bear with us.
Yes.
No matter who is sitting at the table, bear with us. At some point, all of us will be back together again.
Yes.
Yes.
And we
will.
pray for you guys, and we hope that you'll pray for us.
Yes.
Have a
Have
good
Until
night.
Have a good evening.
Good night, everyone.
Take care.